All right. LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, folks. I was asked by Mr. Aaron Chalmers to give my opinion on this whole Molly Qerim and Lavar Ball debacle, and that's what this is. This is nothing but a debacle. Okay, it's a debacle because Lavar Ball. He's a very proud and strong black father. And, for years, since LeVar Ball has been out here in the media, they've been trying, the media, when I say they, the media, they've been doing everything they can to try to really break this dude down. And I'm going to put it in boxing terms for a lot of y'all, okay? You know how you have the boxer and you got the pressure fighter, and the pressure fighter is coming in and he all aggressive, and the boxer is sticking and moving and breaking him down to the body. And, it don't seem like the boxer's really doing much, but then by round 7 or 8, the pressure fighter begins to slow down because of the accumulation of body shots. See, that's the analogy that I'm going to give. LeVar Ball, he's kind of like the boxer that's sticking and moving. And the media, they're like the pressure, but it's not just the media. It's more so the Me Too media. And you got to look at, who's he really been having problems with? It's women. It's women in the media. That they try, these women, and I hate to say it, it's white women, they try to paint this picture, okay? And I don't know, I think Molly Qerim don't identify as white, but she's on that panel of women that they try to paint black men as villains or savages, or sexual deviants. Guys, that's just what it is. That's what it is. Me personally, I don't have a problem with LeVar Ball, okay? I have no problems with him. I think, as a father, he's doing what he thinks he has to do for his sons to better publicize them. I think that's what he's doing. I don't have a problem with him. I have a problem with the media that's always trying to bastardize this dude. I have a problem with the Me Too movement media that's trying to bastardize him. Now he's got some qualities that's just not favorable at times. I think he is a media whore. I'll give him. I think he's a media whore. I think he is. I think he's starved for the attention and wants the attention, but at the same time, I think he's doing what he thinks he needs to do for his own sons, okay? And it's clearly logical that his sons, they respect and they love him. But you had, Christine Leahy, who was trying to paint him out to be some kind of dictator father that, his kids don't have no choices, nothing, That's what she was trying to paint him out as, this bad father who's enslaving his sons. The nerve, okay? The nerve, and I bet her breath stank. The nerve of Christine Leahy. Okay? She looked like a damn fool saying that, okay? She gonna try to say that stuff on national TV, that his sons are scared of him, that she would never wear a Big Baller Brand shirt, and then tried to backtrack it when he was there in studio with her with Colin Cowherd. Tried to backtrack. She tried to cover it up and make it sound better than what it did. No, you point blank said this man is a bad father. You said this man has his kids, they're terrified of him. You gonna say that on national TV. Now, isn't that something? Out of all the sports figures she picked, okay? It's a lot of bad dads that's not black in sports. It's a lot of them. It's amazing, though, they don't talk about them, do they? They don't talk about them. I don't hear talking about Johnny Manziel, Dad. I don't talk about him. No, we don't talk about that. But we want to bring up LeVar Ball. We want to bring him up. And that's what Christine Leahy did. See, she started all this, and he checked her. And he did what he should have did. He disregarded her as the dumb idiot that she is. He disregarded her and turned around and kept on, doing what he was doing. See, she didn't like that. The Me Too movement don't like that. I don't like the Me Too movement. And I'll tell you a story, man. It's crazy. Just the other day. And I'm going to tell you how bad the Me Too movement and these people that's falling into the trap, they're looking to get a come up, or they're looking just to sue somebody, okay? Me Too movement. I'm going to tell you, man, one time, we was at the track, man, this past week, that track. And so, this lady was jogging, she fell over, okay? She fell over. And, of course, any normal person, you're going to walk over to see if the person's okay. All right, and she couldn't, she twisted her ankle. So me and a couple of other kids, we lifted her up, and we took her to a bench that was there. And, this woman had the nerve. You know what she told me? She looked up and she said, hey, I appreciate you guys moving us over, but, you ain't have to grab my butt while you was carrying me. I said, whoa. I said, look. I said, first of all, I'm gonna take a look at you. And I got to tell you, listen, And see, this how I come at these people that's full of Me Too. I said, listen, I got to tell you, okay, that ain't nothing to grab, okay? Ain't nothing to grab. Number two, okay, it was 100 degrees out here, and we could have just left you sitting out there in the sun because we were the only ones on the track, okay? But it's luckily that I had, some of my teenage boys, they were there, and they saw the whole thing go down, and they were like, no, he didn't touch you. And I said, I know I didn't. I ain't touch her. I said, she probably wished people would touch her. I said, but ain't nobody touch you, okay? Ain't nothing to touch, okay? There's nothing. And she got pissed off, mad. I said, well, do what you do. I said, go call somebody to come pick you up or whatever, and we bounced. But that's how you got to treat these Me Too movement people. That's how you got to treat them. You got to disregard them almost. And yeah, and it's almost somewhat disrespectful. You got to disregard them because they think that they're going to run the world. That's what they think. Well, they're not running my world or my livelihood, okay? They ain't running my world or my livelihood because they ain't getting to me for nothing. And that's just what it is. But Molly Qerim, she took a situation and she turned it sexual, okay? Now, do we really know what LaVar Ball meant? Because when I heard him say it, I didn't think nothing about it. I just thought he was just meaning, hey, we're going to change topics. That's what I thought, okay? Some people thought maybe he meant it like, oh, you can change my gears. I really didn't hear that, okay? I heard, okay, well, maybe he just want to change topics. Or, maybe he thought that they had a rapport where he could joke with her like that. Because I've seen Molly Qerim, I mean, what did she say about Rob Gronkowski? How was Molly Qerim going to explain that? How's she going to explain Rob? I mean, Rob was grinding all over. How's she going to explain that? She let Terrell Davis, she bent over in front of Terrell Davis hiking the football. How's she going to explain that? How? Seems like this girl got a history to me. Seems like she got a history of guys that come on to the show. That's what it seemed like to me. Okay? How's she going to explain all of that? See, you get a guy like LaVar Ball, though, he's an easy mark. Because he talks, he's boisterous, he's loud. LaVar Ball's a mark. He's a mark for media. He's like, they lick their chops when they see LaVar Ball or he say something. And they waiting on this guy. But LaVar Ball's response to Molly Qerim is that, her mom was in the gutter. He said, well, her mom must have been in the gutter. He said, because the only way that I hit on her is if she's breaking in my house. And I like how he done that. I like how he spinned it. And really pretty much, man, just told her, look, ain't nobody thinking about you. Ain't nobody thinking about you. But I guess now, LaVar Ball, I can tell you now, he going to be extra careful with these women when they have to interview. And see, I'm going to tell you, man, this is my whole thing, okay? And I've been saying this for years. Women in sports, yes, I understand there's a place for journalists and women in sports. But, it's certain places, man, like, first of all, the women in the locker room after the game. Why she in there? Why she in there? Why they can't? Because they ain't going to let a man in a woman's locker room after the game. Half naked, because most of the guys still be half naked. Some of them ain't even got fully out the shower, and you got some woman in the locker room reporting. They ain't gonna do that. How we gonna explain all this? I honestly think females, most of them, they really need to be, commentating on female sports. Or they can commentate, but, like some of the up and close and personal stuff, it seems to be a problem. You got your professionals. You got the ones who are really professional, and I forgot her name, man. Pam, what's her name? Pam Oliver. Pam Oliver was real professional. She kept it professional from what I know. It's rare, man. It's rare, like, female sports, personalities that can keep it professional like 100. I mean, even Karen Bryant, some of the stuff she was doing with her and Rampage Jackson, it just left a sour taste like, damn, it's supposed to be professional. I know they joking around and playing, but, I think there's a place for women in sports. I just don't think it's in locker rooms, okay? Do I think women, can they officiate, the NBA? Yeah, but they got the WNBA. Because it caused a rift, man. And whenever something happened, it goes down, the women, they want to cry that they're being violated, their rights. And I know some people ain't going to like this, but I'm telling y'all the truth. Or, even, why when these fighters are staring off, they put the ring girls right all up on the fighters. Like, these dudes, they full of rage and hormones and testosterone. And you don't think somebody going to slip up and just have a look. And it's like the fighters, you'll see a few fighters, they'll move over. And the ring girls move closer. Like, okay, what? Are you wanting him to brush up against you? This whole Me Too movement, the feminists, they messing it up for women. They messing it up. And it's gonna be to the point where, men men just ain't gonna trust no women, period. Thanks to these feminists. Because everything, is a slight on women to them, in their mind. I just think there's a place. I just don't think, women need to be in a locker room. I think that they can commentate on sports shows. But the same thing that we say about men, if you ain't never played the sport, it's just only so far you can go. And to be honest, most of the men not going to take you serious. Like, I think they got an assistant coach, that's in the NFL, that's a female. A lot of guys don't take us serious. It's just how it is. When I was in high school, we used to have, girls that try to play on the football team. It was one girl, she was actually pretty decent. But you're playing with boys. And guess what they were doing? They was teeing off, trying to knock her head off. And she got hurt. Some more to the story. Nature and God made men, and God also made women. And I don't care how badass a woman is, she's not a man. She's not a man, okay? Even if they're a fighter. You fight 10 men, 10 normal Joe Blows, 2 of them Joe Blows gonna be able to knock you out if you're a fighter, because you run up on the wrong one. I'm just trying to tell you. A regular Joe Blow could knock out a fighter if a woman fighter step up and try to just mess with 10 everyday Joe Blows. One of them Joe Blows got something for her. Just trying to tell you, men are not women and women are not men. And I just think, women sometimes need to understand what their place is in the society and nature. That's just what it is. I'm not an advocate. I'm not a sexist. I'm not any of that. Okay. But I do believe that, like these women covering boxing events, like that whole Jenny Sushi ordeal, that was a debacle. What is she there for? What is she there for? Michelle Joy Phelps, what? I've heard stories about them. What are they there for? And then they come on, man, they show their cleavage. Are you serious? But we gotta take y'all serious. I think there's a professional dress. Like when you see the real OG news anchors, the females, the ones that don't have the pencil skirts on, they come in and dress professionally. You can't see a whole lot because they're talking about the news. It's not a, it's not a thong and panty show. It's not a booty show. It's the news. It's what we're there for. I don't know, man. If I was a fighter, or if I had a fighter, I'd be like, yo, don't interview with that female. I would tell him. If it was a he, I would say no. I would say no, and especially if she got a reputation. And if I heard, no. Now, if she's legit, and let me think, like if it was Pam Oliver or somebody like, if it was her, yeah, go interview with Pam. Pam professional. Pam ain't gonna try to, ain't nothing going down with Pam. Yep, get Pam out there. And there are other really good female journalists that I'm probably not mentioning. There are some. I can't remember the one girl name. There's one that's real good. I think it's Helen Yee. Helen Yee is good. She tries to keep it professional as possible. Even when guys, they flirt with her, she still find a way to keep it professional. So there are a few of them that I do respect that can do the job. But it's rare. It's rare. Like, when I had to interview these women, I can't say nothing off kilter. I got to be respectful. Because I understand what time we living in. I don't say nothing off the hip. I keep them professional as possible. Because I know I'm interviewing women. I know it. Because they hold men interviewers, they hold us to these standards. So they're holding Lavar Ball, Molly Qerim, holding him to a standard. And really, she took it and took his words and twisted it to paint this dude as the bad guy. I don't even know what Molly Qerim's role is on there, man. She's supposed to be the damn moderator. And when they argue, when Max and Steven argue, I be wanting her to shut the hell up. I don't want to hear from her. I don't want to hear Molly Qerim. Because really, when she talks sports, it's white noise to me. I can't hear. You guys tell me what you think, man. I think LeVar Ball responded. I think he responded very well and said her mind was in the gutter. That's just what it is.